Good morning, Denver. We were up by 9. I looked at the laptop. It's still on West Coast time at 8. Cian was saying, good morning. And I'm like, no, it's still sleep time. And then I looked at the clock and it was actually 9. And we had to go pick up the cargo trailer at 10. So I packed up the car and said our goodbyes. Heated up Cian's beef burrito for breakfast. And we headed out and got to the U-Haul place. They seemed a little shady, and I'm hoping they charged me the right amount. Seemed higher than I had before. So anyways, they hooked up the trailer, but somehow I was missing the pin, and they didn't discover it and I didn't discover it. Drive onto the interstate and the tow ball pops out and I'm dragging the trailer with the chains and it's slamming into the back of my car. So I pull over and tell them what happened and they're like, well, I don't know what happened to your pin. So unless somebody tried to steal it last night, and I'm not sure why they just take the pin and not the tow ball. But that could have been catastrophic. Luckily. So I left the U-Haul on the side of the road and drove back to there, and they tried to sell me a $20 locking pin, but it was too big, and then I looked around in the back and amazingly found a new one that they claimed that fit mine. Hopefully it's fine. It has one of those little pull-off clips, not like the pin that goes through the pin itself. The clip that goes through the pin itself, so hopefully it'll hold up. We got back there to the trailer, and the cops had already put like red flagging tape on the car, on the trailer. Hooked it up, and then we hightailed it to Parker. Stopped at Target. Cian used his allowance money to get his Minecraft golem. Minecraft golem. And the little fairy guy. Yeah. And so we, and I looked to see if they had any pins there just as a backup. They didn't, so got Cian some underwear and socks because he somehow just loses them. And now we are in Elizabeth and about to get to storage to hopefully clear out the storage unit. Show your golem. So on the way to storage, Cian and I stopped at Target. He got his Minecraft dungeon figurines. He got a golem and that, what is that fairy thing called? A little troublemaker. Anyways, we grabbed that and left Target, went to storage, and packed up the U-Haul with everything we can. Some stuff that didn't fit we have to trash, but anyways, we are off to the wild blue yonder. We are headed back west to Washington State. We're 22 hours away. We are finished with storage, so no more Elizabeth. So evening recap. Still can't get over that U-Haul place. So he didn't really, the guy who was hooking up our trailer didn't do all the safety checks. He didn't even have the clamps completely screwed up. I should have checked after him. He didn't even know how to get the chain around my tow bar. And so I had to get down on my butt, put them on. And I think when he was hooking up mine, he knocked out my pin, because when we drove onto the interstate, we didn't even get an exit before the trailer hitch became attached and was dragging with the chains. I mean, that could have cost me and my son our lives. I mean, it really pissed me off. And then I called them, and they're like, well, you have to come here. You just leave the trailer there, and hopefully nobody will take So I drive back, and then they tried to sell me a $20 locking pin, which didn't fit. And then he looked around in the back and found one that does fit and charged me $10 for that. It was a really cheap clasp off of it. So I don't know. That place seemed like a scam. I was not happy with it. So we continued on with our journey. We emptied out storage, and then hit the road. We drove through the night. It was blowing snow, high winds of like 45, 50 mile per hour, but there was warnings that 75 mile per hour winds were till Sunday night. And we drove as much as we could across Wyoming. We got into just outside of Evanston and stopped for the night at the rest area. Makeshifted our bed, went to sleep, had the electric blanket on. The little battery power pack lasts a good 6 to 7 hours with the electric blanket, which was nice. So anyways, that was our